Howdy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this video, but I recently purchased a van and I want to start documenting some of what I'm gonna do, some of my thoughts, because I know how much things are gonna change with this vehicle based off of where it is now, where it's going to be. So I just want to document it right now while I make sure I can. But I'm in the cab right now. This has a cage. It was previously a utility vehicle for a cable company. Then a young gal purchased it, drove it 5,000 miles and outfit the back a little bit, but I will be doing some updates. It's a good functional setup in the back, but I want to make it a little bit more comfortable because I'll be living out of here full time. So this cage right now, you can't access the cab. And a lot of what I'm going to talk about again is probably going to change. But this cage here, I'd like to take this middle door out and leave these two. I think that's really good for being stealthy and people seeing it, but would like to create something so that I can enter and exit the driver's seat here. So it's got this over the rear view LCD screen, and that's actually a camera off the back. It's upside down. We're gonna see if we can fix that. The wiring to it is kind of funky right now, so that's another goal to fix that. This is a nice radio. Speakers are good too, and the radio's got Apple CarPlay when I plug it in, which is great. And then the cab, I don't know how much you can see here, but the cab it's just a little bit messy. It needs to be detailed, so I'll be doing that. And got some paperwork and a book here, but then this also has this locking box here. I have to test the key, see if the car key works with it. I would hope it would, because I only have the car key. But that could be really valuable either for, like, it's pretty big in terms of storage. That could be really valuable for storage, or, and this is going to be probably a later priority, if I were to get a Dometic fridge, pull this thing out, and if this were accessible here, this I could access the cab, then I would do then I would probably put the Dometic fridge up here. So we'll see. And then there's just some other storage here. Good big cup holders, great AC, great heat, well-maintained vehicle. It's not pretty, you know, everything's functional, it's just not pretty, and just need to put in some work to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and just like a little bit more comfortable to live out of full time. So yeah, this is kind of the cab, like the driver's area. And now I will we'll go take a look at the other area. Let me just shut the car off. All right. So this is the vehicle as a whole. You can see it's got the rusted out ladder rack on it. It's just surface rust, and the vehicle has a little bit of surface rust, but the rest of it's fine. But the ladder rack's gonna need to come off. It makes a lot of noise when you're on the road. So it's got small things like this, like one hubcap is missing here, you know, little paint is missing there. The other three do have hubcaps, and they look, you know, decently sharp, and the tires are in pretty good condition, which is good. Here's the curtain area. Those curtains are gonna go. Gonna get something a little bit more stealthy here. So now here we are. That's the other side of the cage that we just saw from the driver's side. We're now seeing it from the living side. So it's got like this little drop down. This isn't too sturdy. I'd like something, instead of dropping down, for it to rise up and lock in place to put a decent amount of weight there. Also, you know, we'll reconsider the storage here, see what's best. And so all the colors in here, things are probably going to change. Like I said, a girl previously lived in here, so it's a good first start, and I needed something pretty functional right off the bat because I'm just jumping in and going to cut my rent expense. But and plus, I'm not like an expert with electrical or cutting holes. So the fact that these have functioning max air fans, 2 max air fans, which is great for circulation and ventilation, and 2 solar panels, 200 watts of solar panels up on the roof. I'll show you that now. There's the max air and there's the solar. I am gonna work on the solar because I do need to learn it, but it's good to go right off the bat, and it's got electricity, which is great. So I'll go ahead and turn the lights on. Yeah, so on dimmers, which is really nice. You can get a soft light here. You can see everything in here is white. It's good for, you know, opening the space up, and I want to keep the white ceiling. I think I might do some wood paneling, and this is all subject to change, some wood paneling on the sides there. I'm going to keep this wood floor. I thought they did a really good job with the floor. It just needs to be cleaned, but I'm going to keep this floor. So over here we've got a foot pump sink. Pretty basic stuff there. 5 gallons fresh water, 5 gallons gray water. Then you've got a cooking surface that opens up here, which is pretty nice. Solar's in here. It's a mess, lots of wires everywhere. This cabinet has shifted from bumps on the road, and it's hard to get open. So oh, there we go, we got it. You know, it's just, there's some fans in there, there's the inverter, there's some other stuff that I don't even have a full grasp of everything that's in there. Like I said, I need to learn. And this is kind of just a general overview, but when I have a better idea of what's going on, I'll try and document that process as well. And then we got our gray water and our fresh water, two 5-gallon tanks in there. And that's the foot pump, so you kind of go there. Twin size bed. I can't lay on it. I can lay on it diagonally and fit everything. So that, you know, that's good. Here are the walls. I don't know if it's picking it up, but there's a little bit of, you know, sheet. The previous owner painted on them a little bit. They're a little dirty, and I think they're coming out. And then here's what's really cool. This desk area. I need to find a better way to do some storage here. But this desk area has got a lot of storage here. It's got this thing here, and then even like a tall closet back here. So the tall closet, you know, you can even hang stuff in there, which is really nice. You know, I'll bring a couple dress shirts on the road, and you can hang them up. That's really convenient. And a lot of storage underneath the bed. So the bed right now it technically is a full bed. It can slide halfway into a couch potentially, but with this foam setup, that's not feasible, because then obviously if you slide it halfway, you have half that space. You need to find a way to like fold the cushioning, and this foam isn't conducive to that, especially if it had like, you know, sheets on it. So I'm gonna look into, do I want separate cushions to make up my bed and to also make up the couch? So we're gonna look into that. We're gonna look into what this desk space looks like. I think I want a monitor mounted here for work. Work is making this happen, and so it's really important that I have a good workspace here. And so I'm gonna look into that. Look into potentially, instead of this tall closet being right next to the cage, moving the tall closet and moving the entire desk down. So then this end of the desk would be up against the cage, and this tall closet would then be a partition between the bed and the office space. Looking into that, I don't know if that would be good to separate those or not, and have it almost be like two separate vibes in the van, or if it's good to maximize space to have it as one big room. So that's another idea that I'm floating around. Again, I think I'll be doing some wood paneling up here. Some of the wiring from the solar needs to be hidden. So, and again, I need to learn about the solar just in case something were to happen. I was on the road. I need to have a better understanding of it. So I'll be jumping into that in some YouTube videos soon. Those are the minimum updates I think I'll be making. Could also use a new brake light, just the casing, new brake light, new headlight, the hubcap I already told you about, and a new hood. There's a little bit of hail damage on the hood. So maybe go to a junkyard and, you know, and try and scrap some of that stuff. So we'll see. And then last thing, yeah, these curtains off the back, similarly, you know, if you're looking in from the outside, you could guess somebody's living in there. With that type of curtain, I'll probably maybe do a black felt something with like magnets or Velcro and like have a good seal, and so nobody can see in. I just want to feel comfortable. There's going to be nights where I'm not not living or working in not a bad spot, but it's not going to be necessarily like up against the lake. There's, for every one great night or great location you're parking the van, you probably have 2 nights in a Walmart parking lot. So I just want to make sure this van's very functional and I feel comfortable parking in places like that. So that's it. Quick overview. I'm sure I could go into a lot more detail, but I just know that I'm going to start wanting to jump in and do small projects here and there. So I want to make sure I did a decent job just talking through my current thoughts and showing the current state of the van, because it's all going to change. And I think I'll change the cabinetry too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but again, only limited time, limited money, gonna have to prioritize. Okay, I just listed a bunch of small projects. Which ones am I gonna jump into? Which ones are low effort, high priority, prioritize, and get those ones knocked out first. So that's it for me. All right, cool.